for coming. I'm Andrew Meyer. I've been in this for 4 weeks. I wouldn't have been in it, and none of these guys that are already in it here would be in it if Justin wouldn't have asked me. And Ian and Justin probably would be in it if Comer never started either. So, I mean, having Comer here tonight is a pretty big deal. You guys should get excited about it.
Woo!
I don't know. I mean,
Goal.
12 months, he's already at the point where he's making $100,000 a year. I mean, it's only going to go up from there. And so, I'm at silver right now after 4 weeks. I've hit silver twice now. So I've actually cashed in on over like $700 in my first month in this business.
Woo! Dude.
Yeah, I mean, so I'm just going to hand it over to Pat here so you guys can give me a round of applause.
How are you guys doing tonight?
Good.
Great. Well, hey, my name is Patrick Comer. I'm 22. Came out here from San Diego, California. Not used to the jacket and whatnot, the cold weather. But, really, for me, guys, I'm out here just in support of you guys. If you're the newest person in the room, realize, your friend brought you out here to show you something that's really, really big. It's getting really exciting, and it's starting to change people's lives. It's kind of starting to turn into not only just a great business opportunity, a great way to make money, but, really kind of a lifestyle. And so for those of you guys in the room that are new, understand your friend brought you out here for a few reasons. Maybe, maybe you don't like your job. So anybody's working, $9, $10 an hour or minimum wage, probably don't like what they're doing. Two, some of you guys just want to make a whole lot of money. Let's just see if everybody's at the right hotel room. Who wants to go make a lot of money? Raise your hand if you're interested in making a whole lot of money. Or at least maybe more than what you're already making. Yeah, so we're at the right spot. Maybe you have student loan debt. Maybe you're one of those people who, because on average it's $25,000 per student in college. So, obviously it's $1 trillion. It's a big deal. People, owe money to the government. A lot of people are looking at the economy right now and looking at, the normal and what your parents did. And, I don't know about you guys, but I don't want to go do what my parents did. They struggled financially most of their lives, didn't make a whole lot of money. And, there's people out there that are making millions of dollars. And really, I'm just here to show you guys, what I've been doing in my business and what, I've been teaching, the guys out here and how, somebody like Ian Berg is hitting, the ranks I'm hitting, 3 or 4 months before I did. People out here like Andrew, he hit silver. It took me 4 months to hit this rank of silver, and I'll go into that in a second. But, he's making, what considerably, more money than I was making when I first got started with this thing. But just to kind of, to kick it off, who's new here tonight? Who's here for the first time? Checking out, raise your hand. I was new once. Perfect. Well, that's great. I'm glad you guys all came out. Welcome. So, I'm going to ask you guys a simple question. Who wants to go work a job for 50 years of their life after college, working for $40,000 or $50,000 a year, and then retire on 50% of your income when you're 75 years of age? Raise your hand. Does anybody want to go do that? Okay, so if you guys don't want to get a job, who wants to make a whole lot of money? Raise your hand again. Who wants to make a whole lot of money? Maybe be financially free, not have to go work paycheck to paycheck. Okay, great. So guys, let me tell you something. If you want to go out there and make a whole lot of money, you got to go build up your own personal brand. So for me, I realized that the only way I can go build my personal brand would maybe be through social networking. So, through Facebook or through something like Twitter. Hey, do you guys
need
do you guys mind
in or out?
So, with that being said, you got social networking, you got, technology, you got all these ways and means that you can go build up your own personal brand and make a lot of money. And making a whole lot of money actually is really, really simple. Making a little bit, making like, $50,000 a year, that's actually really tough to do. You have to actually try to make that amount of money. So, I was someone who didn't want to go work a job for my whole life. And I saw that, the job I had, I worked at a place called the Tennis Warehouse. It was a minimum wage job. I got really good at a skill, moving boxes off of warehouse trucks and putting them into a warehouse. Does anybody have a job just like that where it's something that doesn't pay a whole lot of money and is minimum wage?
That one.
Yeah, so some of you guys can relate with that? Okay, so I saw that, that skill, whatever I'm doing, I'm also going out there and repping that company's brand. So whatever company you work for, if you have a minimum wage job, I was repping the Tennis Warehouse. Anytime somebody would come to me and say, what are you doing for work? If I referred them to what I was doing and they got hired at the warehouse, guess what? Was I getting paid any money for that? No. We do that all the time. We do it with apparel. I'm looking at people wearing, Quicksilver, Diamond, people wearing, the college sweatshirt they go to, whatever, Nike. I'm wearing Sperry's right now. So think about it. The products you wear the products you consume, the apparel you wear, you're repping brands and you're building up that brand. And who's making all the money? The guy at the top who started it. So realize that people are now getting paid through a simple concept called social network marketing for consuming products that they're already spending money on. That's what we're here to talk to you guys about. Now back to my example about the tennis warehouse. Think about this. Say I go there and somebody wants to go get like tennis apparel or tennis gear. Guess what? I'm going to refer them to what obviously I was doing, the products that I had, even though it wasn't my product. I was just working there. So if somebody went and bought a product from there, guess what? Am I getting paid any money for that? No. Who's making all the money? It's the guy at the top. So you guys understand, 3% of the world owns 97% of all the wealth and money. They're all CEOs. They all run their own business. That's why they make so much money. So really what this is turning into is kind of a revolution in the sense that young people are now being taught using social media, using technology. Hey, guess what? You can get paid for what you're doing. You can get paid for the products you're consuming, the brands you're wearing, and why would you go get a job? And obviously nobody wants to go get a job, so how are you going to go get paid? Like I said, you got to build your own personal brand. So the company we're here to explain tonight, guys, it's a pretty simple concept. It's social network marketing. The company's called Vemma. So I'll jump right into it. So Vemma was a company started in 2005 by a guy named BK Barreco. He's basically taking a liquid nutritional formula called Vemma, which stands for vitamins, essential minerals, mangosteen, and aloe vera. And it was a product that he created really for adults. So the whole intention of the product was for adults to receive great health benefits from the product. It was basically a multivitamin with some minerals, some antioxidant capabilities. So it was proven to reduce inflammation and boost your immune system. Now there were 2 clinical studies done on the product, and my mom for one had arthritis. She was taking a lot of pain meds. I got her drinking Vemma when I got involved with this company as a customer. She saw great results from the product. So I really had my belief level raised, and not only the product, the company, but myself going out there and being able to go build up my brand. So that Vemma formula has been around for about 8 years now. And in 2009 they got really creative. They put that liquid nutritional formula into this energy drink called Verve. So I saw that how the company was evolving, and that Verve, it's something we all spend money on already. Most of us are going out there and spending money for going out and partying. Probably going to drink Chaser, probably going to spend money on like energy drinks, right? If you go out there and you have lunch, what are you spending money on? Soda, juice, and in the morning, what are you drinking before you go to class? Coffee. Maybe 5-hour energy. So I saw that this Verve, if you guys are new tonight, definitely try out the product that's in the back. I like the product, number one. And then number 2, I saw all my friends were already spending money on it. And really, building up my personal brand was simple, because I was going to go out there and learn how to build a business and get paid for what I was doing, getting paid for referring people to my ideas or to my opportunity. That's what Vemma's paying you for. So that's the second product on the line. The third product is this product called Body. So if you know anybody who's trying to lose weight, 60% of the country is overweight and 30% is obese. So obviously there's a big trend in weight loss and healthy nutrition. So this Body product is endorsed by this guy named Chris Powell. He's on Extreme Makeover Weight Loss Edition. He has his own TV show on ABC. He gets 15 million viewers every single Sunday. So I saw the backing behind that product and how I got my aunt drinking Body. She's lost considerable amounts of weight. She's been on it for like 3 or 4 months now. She's already lost like over 50 pounds. Everybody's asking her what she's doing. So I saw that the products were working in the adult market. Now in our market, we're really not concerned about the whole health aspect of it. We're really more concerned about financial, right? We have financial problems. Wouldn't you guys agree? Yeah, most of us are trying to go make more money. So how can you make more money? Well, I saw all my friends in college, when I was a sophomore and a junior out in California, graduating and not getting jobs. So 1 in 2 kids are now graduating from 4-year universities with degrees and are either unemployed or underemployed. 1 in 2 kids. So if I don't want to go work retail, and if you guys don't want to work as a waitress or a waiter or bartend, making no money the rest of your life, guess what? You got to go do something like Vemma. So I saw that, one, the product was great. The products itself on the line really were for everybody. And if we already spend money in these products, what can I do to go make money doing this? How does this whole thing work? So I decided to take the money I was spending on all these other products like Red Bull, Monster, Rockstar, Starbucks, 5-Hour Energy, all these other products, and spend my money on Verve instead. Just transfer of dollars. And how the whole concept works is, this product, Verve, is not in a store. You're not going to find it at a 7-Eleven, a Chevron, a gas station, a grocery store. The product's not retailable. They're keeping the product in the hands of people. They're also keeping the money in the hands of people. So how do you get paid doing this? Well, think about it. That example I just gave you where I used to work. I would refer people to the products for the company I worked for, or the service I was providing, or the job I was doing. So think about it. Every time you refer somebody to this, you're getting paid that marketing, promotion, and advertisement money. So instead of keeping the money in the 3% of people who own 97% of all the wealth, it's now being unleashed to people like you and I, the average consumer. You guys agree with that? It's pretty simple, right? Okay, so I saw that most companies like Red Bull, Monster, and Rockstar, they're sending people to the moon in commercials. They're paying like Shaun White to do backflips at the X Games so people go buy Red Bull. And maybe say Gatorade. You look at a company that is getting $1 million athletes on there drinking their product at the game, on TV, on commercials. Why? So you and I can go buy their products. So I saw that if I stop spending money on those products, and if Vemma is going to basically pay me to go out there and do exactly what that function is, the marketing, promotion, and advertisement, I can go do this thing big. I can really go make it happen. And for me, my whole reason behind doing this company and building my business was, I was tired of my minimum wage job. I had student loan debt to pay off, and I just wanted to go out there and make a whole lot of money. I wasn't trying to go work for 50 years for somebody else. And I, pretty much saw, it was an overwhelming majority of people that don't want to get a job either. But obviously we got to support ourselves, right? So I got involved with this company. Bottom line, a good girlfriend of mine, brought this to me. So realize, the person who invited you here, at least thank him for bringing you out here, because they're doing you a favor. They're trying to open your eyes to a new world type of business, a new world way to go make money. I got involved, and really what I saw was I was going to be mentored by somebody who was making money. So I saw a millionaire named Brad Alcazan. If you guys don't know him, he's on YouTube, he's on Facebook, Twitter. He's a guy that really, I saw in my upline as somebody who, I could model myself after. So everybody wants to go make money, but the average person in this room is taking advice on how to make money from somebody who doesn't know how to make money. I saw my parents weren't anything special, struggled financially. I had a great life, but they weren't driving the nicest cars. We weren't living in the nicest house. You know what I'm saying? I saw other parents, who had kids my age. They're like, oh yeah, dude, I'm gonna buy you a Mercedes when you're 16. Like, I wasn't getting that. You know what I'm saying? I wanted to drive that car, obviously. And I saw, the vacations they took, the lifestyles they had, and all of them ran businesses. All of them ran their own networks. They built their own network from the ground up. So that's what this is teaching you. And I got excited because Brad had already done it. So I was going to take advice from Brad and what he was doing. He said, hey, I'm going to mentor you on a daily basis on how I went out there and built my network. So like I said, most of you guys, your parents, teachers, aunts, uncles, relatives, neighbors, they don't know how to make money. If you're taking advice from somebody who's over the age of 40 and they're still trading dollars for hours or still working a job, they have absolutely no idea how to make money. So I basically decided, I'm going to stop taking advice from the people in my life who don't know how to make money, who told me to go to school, get good grades, write a resume, and get a job. I'm going to start listening to people who are multimillionaires. Because that's what this is. You're basically just getting mentored by people who know how to make money on how to make money. So I teamed up with this guy, Brad. I started my business. So how you get started is simple. You purchase some product. So if you're into, Vemma, if you're into, healthy nutrition, great. Vemma. If you're into Verve and healthy energy and you want to use it as a chaser or an energy drink or really just something you can drink for a meal, I saw Verve was the way to go. Now, if you're into weight loss, you can get Body. But most of us here are interested in Verve, this energy drink right here. So I got 2 cases of Verve. Some people can get 2 cases of product, or some people can get a silver pack. And really, while you're purchasing the product, you're just consuming it. So I saw that I'm going to get a business for free, the ability to go make as much money as I want, really building my own personal brand, and people would buy into me because I drank the product or because I offered a great service on how to go build a network. And I started drinking this on a daily basis, saw great results from the product. Now I drink one at least once a day. So purchasing product is simple. You go get it from the person who invited you here tonight. They have their own business. You can purchase product, whatever amount you want, and start your own business. Now your own business is an app on your smartphone, a back office, and a website. So you're basically going to have real-time updates of how much money you're making and how much, how many new orders are going through your business. So you keep it personal. You don't want to go out there and try and get it in businesses. That's not the idea. We're not trying to go sell it to other companies. You're really trying to consume the product and show your friends, hey, I got a great way to make a whole lot of money, and I got a great product to back it up that makes sense to consume. So how did I get started? I got my 2 cases of product, and I eventually upgraded what we call a silver pack. So about 90% of my business now gets what we call silver packs. And a silver pack is 7 cases of product discounted. Why would you get 7 cases of product? Well, for 2 reasons. One is the BMW or Mercedes car bonus. So how many of you guys want a brand new car? Raise your hand if you want a brand new car. Yeah, I mean, I was driving a 2000 Toyota Tacoma. I wasn't liking the car I was driving in. It wasn't the freshest whip in town. So I wanted to get a brand new car. So getting a silver pack one time is going to qualify you for the BMW or Mercedes car program. Now, when you reach the rank of Diamond, which is 110 orders in your business, Vemma is going to send you an extra $400 a month to go get whatever car you want. So in 6 months of my business, I picked out a brand new BMW 328i and drove it off the lot for free. And I'll show you guys how to do the same thing. So that was one reason why I got the silver pack. The other reason was the frenzy bonus. Now, my boy Ian Berg right here, he got 6 friends on board in 1 week. And double frenzied, making $1,400. This kid's out in California, Florida, New York, Arizona, and what they're doing is they're getting that silver pack. They're getting 3 other friends on board in a week, and you can do it any week you want and making $700. So you can make your money back, then some. So it's cool to see that really the success and the results are starting to show and so much faster now, especially with this group. That's why I flew out here. I mean, the growth that's going on here is absolutely insane. When I first got started, it took me forever to get my first few people on board, just because there was no belief, there was no actual success stories. When I got involved, it was more of a theory. Now it's starting to happen everywhere, all over the place, and everybody's starting to get it. It's kind of becoming the new normal. This is how products are going to be consumed in the future. You don't believe me? Talk to Warren Buffett. He has bought 6 network marketing companies in the last 2 years. He's a billionaire. He's dumping all the traditional marketing companies and buying these companies. Why? Because people like you and I are tired of basically being fed bullshit, 1, and 2, basically having all our money spent on commercials and advertisements just to get us to go buy the products. Why don't we put the money back in the hands of people? Is that a good idea?
Yeah,
You guys see that? That's what this is all about. It's starting a revolution. Vemma is just the first company with young people to do it. So how all the money works and how you get paid is simple. So I got my 2-pack and I got my silver pack, got my business up. Say somebody gets 2 cases of product from you. You'd make $20. Say somebody got a silver pack from you in your business. You'd make $100. Say somebody became a customer and just got 1 pack of product from you. You'd make $10. But that's not really what we're here to talk about. $10, $20, or $100 doesn't seem like a whole lot. What I'm excited about is what we call the residual income. Residual income is what pays you around the clock 24 hours a day. And we were talking about how last night I made about 50 hours every hour I was sleeping last night. And I wasn't doing anything. That's what most people don't understand. Everyone understands, well, I can trade dollars for hours, and if I show up to work, I get paid. If I don't, you don't get paid. Residual income in building a network pays you 24 hours a day. So that's what's cool about it. I helped about 20 of my friends get involved with this thing. 20 friends from high school, college, in California, people that I knew in my networks. And it's now turned into a network of over 6,500 people consuming the product and building their own brand. Now, yeah, I have some customers involved, so maybe it's like 55 to 5,700 young people our age that are going out there and building their own businesses and building their own brands. And I have some people drinking Vemma and Body as customers, like parents, aunts, uncles, relatives, and whatnot. But the cool thing is you bring somebody in and you teach them how to go run their own business, how to build their own personal brand. So really, it's kind of a business school for the average person that wants to be wealthy and successful. Because if you want to be wealthy and successful, the only way to do it is to build your own business. If you want to go trade dollars for hours, obviously it's not the right place for you guys being here tonight at least. And you're probably going to spend your whole life living paycheck to paycheck, which nobody wants to go do. So I saw it's a business school for average people. Now you think about like an MBA program, Masters in Business Administration. Some people will pay $50,000 to $75,000 every 2 to 3 years, to get that after college. And what do you learn how to do? Be a really, really, really good employee working for the guy at the top. Do you guys want to go do that? No, you're actually going to learn in this how to go make money, how to go build relationships and influence people in the real world. That's what you get paid for. That's what everybody wants to go do. So network marketing, starting your own business, I'm working on my MBA program as well. So is Ian. My MBA program is my massive bank account. That's what we're trying to work on. Wouldn't you guys want to go work on that as well? That's all that matters at the end of the day, right?
Share some of that with me.
Exactly, sharing the knowledge. So really this whole business is about bringing your friends in and giving them the knowledge and opening their mind to, yeah, this is possible, this is real, and it's working. It can work for literally anybody out there. It's just it's never been done before. So to kind of give you guys an example of how I got started and how I built my network, it's a simple illustration. So it's a 2-team concept. So I got, my friend Adam Wenning. Some of you guys may have met him already. I know you guys met him last night. He's out in the Bay Area, San Francisco. He went to school with me at Cal Poly, so that's how I knew him. He got 4 of his friends involved at Cal Poly on one side of my business. Now, my friend Anthony Cometa, my best friend from high school, he got 4 of his friends on board from San Diego, California. So when you have 5 on each side consuming the product, your product's free, paid for on a monthly basis, so you're not out any money, which is cool. Now, you take that 10 people, and guess what? You help 5 get 7, so help 5 get 7 on one side, so I had 35 on one side. Help 5 get 4 on the other side, had 20. So when you have 35 and 20, you have 55 orders going out of your business, you're where Ian Berg's at, you're making $600 to $700 every single month. Now for most of you guys out there, would that do a lot for you guys? I mean, you probably could get out of your minimum wage job, or at least maybe go to school and not have to worry about money, right? Or you could have the best spring break ever. Either way. So, I mean, guys, I saw that when I hit the rank of gold, it happened for me in 4 months. You did it in a month and a half. You did it way faster. So the results are happening so much faster because of the training, the system we're using, the education. But really, it's starting to happen, though. There's success stories out there. Like I said, when I got started, it's like pioneering a new brand, a new system. There was no success. People didn't believe in it. Now everybody just wants to see a paycheck and a car and meet somebody that's done it and it's doable. You know what I'm saying? So say you double the 55 orders and you go up to 110. You have 70 on one side, 40 on the other. 110 orders in your business. It's like 7 getting 10 each and 4 getting 10 each. Guess what? You're in a brand new BMW or a brand new Mercedes paid for by Vemma if you got that silver pack when you first got started. So for me, it happened in 6 months. You'll probably be in your car in 3. My boy Adam Wenning, some of you guys, like I said, met him last night. He got in his car in 5 months. There's people getting in their cars in like LA, California, and San Francisco, California in like 2 months. Why? Because it's happening so much faster with the system we have developed and the education we provided. So, I mean, if you're in here in this room and it's making sense to you and you're excited about this thing, that's fantastic. I flew all the way out here just to basically show you guys that it's working. This is a new world type of business. And Vemma just had a big player from another network marketing company switch over to us. Now, if you guys have heard of Herbalife, Herbalife's just an example of another company, really more for adults. It was pill capsule vitamins. They started in the 80s. So I think they started in the 1980s. They've been around almost 40 years now. And guess what? That was for adults. They didn't have texting, they didn't have cell phones, they didn't have internet, they didn't have Facebook. So how could you go build a social network marketing business or a network marketing business in the 80s? Well, obviously it happened. Herbalife did $5.4 billion last year. They're the official sponsor of the LA Galaxy, a soccer team. Now, a guy that got started, his name's Anthony Powell. He went and built for 20 years in Herbalife. He created 240 millionaires in his network over the course of 20 years. Now guess what? He just brought his whole network over to Vemma. It was the biggest switch in network marketing history. I've actually personally met him. I met him in Arizona. So I saw that meeting him, having him switch over, I knew I was in the right spot, and this company was absolutely going to go to the moon. Because you think about it, you have the most socially connected generation, really with the largest need for income ever in history. What do you think is going to happen when young people get a hold of this thing? It's going to get really, really big. Would you guys agree? Yeah. So that's what we're here. That's what we're all excited about. Something that's actually working. Something that is a little different. But yeah, if you want to be different, great. Because people that go the other way, compared to the majority, are the ones that make all the money. You don't see 97% of people making all the money, right? They share 3% of the wealth in America. By 3% enjoys 97% of it. That's all we're trying to do. We're trying to teach the average person, nothing too special about me or you guys, we're all college students, how to go make that much money. How to go be wealthy. That's all it is. So if you guys understand what's going on, realize it's not a get-rich-quick scheme. It's something that's going to take some time to build. So why would it take some time to build? Well, first of all, you've got to change your mindset. So I read a book called Think and Grow Rich. It was written by a guy named Napoleon Hill. He was mentored by a guy named Andrew Carnegie. Andrew Carnegie was the equivalent of a billionaire back in the 30s. So this book's produced 113 million millionaires. All it taught me was basically, if you change your mindset and start taking advice from people who are wealthy, you will become wealthy. If you keep taking advice from the 97% of people who aren't making a whole lot of money, guess what your income's going to look like? You're probably going to make no money. You're going to live paycheck to paycheck, be broke, have all your money flushed down the toilet in a bad economy like in 2008, which is what happened to your parents. So I saw that, basically, if I'm an employee in this world, what do I have control of? Absolutely nothing. The guy at the top will control how much money I make and whether I have a job or not. I'm teaching people in a bad economy, now's the best time to go start your own business and build your own brand, especially with the 21st century technology and social networks the way it is. It's that simple. So really to conclude with the credibility, Verve is the official product of the Phoenix Suns. So an NBA basketball team made this their official product. That's something I saw because, I came into this thing, I didn't believe it at first, but then I saw that, I'm like, this is real. Now, Dr. Oz, you guys know what Dr. Oz is? He's Oprah Winfrey's doctor. She's a billionaire. She made him the #1, host of a daytime TV show. He backs the product from the health standpoint. And then the Better Business Bureau. The Better Business Bureau is a government-run agency. They have Vemma rated as an A+ business. So you have a lot of people adding credibility to this business and backing the company. That's what got me so excited about this thing. Really with the potential with young people, #1, but #2, how this is starting literally a revolution of young people. Because when you leave the room tonight, you're going to understand whatever job you have, guess what you're doing? You're just building the income for the guy at the top. Everybody you refer to that business or to your ideas, you're not getting paid for. But people like myself, I'll tell my story real quick. I got involved, I've been involved for 12 months. I got 20 of my friends on board. I have a network of over 6,500 consumers of the product. Nothing too special about me, but I'm making anywhere between $3,500 and $5,000 every single week. And it's just growing. Why? Because the people I've brought in, I've educated and trained and mentored on how to be great on making money. Why? Because I have this knowledge now I got from a millionaire for free, and we're now just passing it down. So from a broader scale, what are you really doing? Like I said, it's a revolution. It's happening whether you like it or not, and you'll see Vemma again. If you don't want to do it tonight, you'll hear about it 2 weeks from now. I guarantee you'll hear about it a month from now. You'll hear about it a year from now. Because it's just growing. This movement is picking up so much traction because of the success stories. And really, if you don't see the urgency, understand, the network will never be as small as it is tonight. You get on board tonight, you're going to grow it. Say you wait a week, it'll be bigger. The spot you could have had won't be there. So understand the urgency behind getting started is, yeah, we'll bring you in, we'll educate you right away, we'll train you up, so you don't miss out on anything that's happening right now. But with that being said, I'm excited to bring up a guy, Ian Berg. Some of you guys may know him. He is a 21-year-old stud in this business. He's been involved for it's a month and a half right now, right?
6 weeks ago.
Yeah, 6 weeks. He's on track to get his car after 3 months. So within the first 3 months of the business, he's at the rank of gold now. He's making $600 to $700 a month now, sometimes even more with bonuses. And I'm going to have him come up and share his story so you can see it's not just one guy named Pat Comer from California. There's a whole slew of people making this thing work. So give a round of applause for Ian Berg.
Hi, my name is Ian Berg. Like I said, I'm from River Falls, Wisconsin. I go to school out there. Just telling my story quick. A buddy of mine in the back of the room, he's from Bakersfield, California, Eric Smith. He's on the basketball team in River Falls with me. He came to me about 6, 7 weeks ago now with this idea. He said, hey Ian, you got to come listen to this. We're going to get rich, drive BMWs, and we're going to be able to quit school. And I blew him off. I said, this sounds like a scam. I don't want anything to do with it. He was talking about Herbalife before. I was doing Herbalife for over a year. I built a network up because I like the idea of network marketing, because you literally get to go get paid for what you're worth. Whatever work you put in, you're going to get paid for it. And I did all the crappy minimum wage jobs, worked in a grocery store, worked at Menards. That was my realization when I got into network marketing, because my freshman summer after my freshman year in college, I was fending for myself out there. I had to pay rent to be able to live, pay for my groceries. No one was paying for my bills anymore. So I worked my butt off 40, 50 hours a week all summer long, and at the end of the summer I had no money left because it all went to just living. I was getting by. And I was tired of it. I watched my family, my parents, trying to tell me what I'm supposed to do with life, and they're just getting by. It's always a struggle. And I didn't want that for me. I didn't want that for my future family. So I started researching, and obviously, like you said, who wants to be wealthy in here? Everyone. But you got to ask yourself, what are you doing right now that is going to get you that? It's like, well, people say, yeah, I want to be wealthy, but it's not realistic. I'm not in a position, I'm not going down the road to be wealthy. I was like, you're a human being. You can literally do whatever you want and make life whatever you want it to be, because we all have one life to live, and it's up to you to figure out what you want to do with it. So I looked at it, and professional sports was the highest paid profession in the world. And I saw myself, I was playing college basketball at the time, and I actually blew out my knee and I was done. I quit basketball, and I wasn't going to be a professional athlete. I wasn't living on a dream that was ridiculous. So I looked at the second one. It was network marketing. And I started looking into how it worked, and I realized that it was going to get me out of those crappy jobs, those jobs where I got to go work an 8-hour shift and walk home with $40 in my pocket. And that barely fills, it doesn't even fill up a tank of gas right now. And I wanted to change, so I got into Herbalife like a year ago. I spent a year building up my network, but the thing about Herbalife was it was in the form of a pyramid. So like the people at the top were the ones making the money. I could never make more money than the person above me. So when Eric came to me with this whole concept, he explained to me how it's 2 legs and it goes down, and anyone can make more money than anyone else in this business. So my buddy Justin here, he hit the rank of gold before I even did, and he's 10 people underneath me. That's what's cool about this business, is when you get in, you're at the top of your own business. You can make more money than anyone you want. So if you guys aren't in tonight, you get in, you can go out and make more money than the person that got you involved. You can get your car before that person. So the other thing I hated about Herbalife was I had to go talk to strangers. I had to go try to sell them a product that was overpriced and pretend like I cared. And basically I had to tell them they're fat and they need change. And I didn't have very good success with that. Like I was making $2 to $3 grand a month after a year in the business, because that's what network marketing allows you to do. But I really didn't like that. And when he came to me with this whole concept that we're not talking to strangers, we're not going out and selling this crap to people, I really like that idea. We're talking to our friends, finding out what their current situation is. If they're in a job, do they like their job? Do they like what they're getting paid? Do they want something else? If they're in college, what are they going to college for? Do they want to go work for the next 50 years for someone else? Because I know I don't. I want to work for myself now, which network marketing allows you to do. Work for yourself. And this whole opportunity allows you to build something now that's going to pay you for the rest of your life. And so I got on board. I looked into all this stuff like he was telling me. I was like, I blew him off as a scam, whatever. He's like, dude, it's the official drink of the Phoenix Show. Michael Jordan with the Charlotte Bobcats. They dropped Gatorade for this. Dr. Oz promotes it on the show. So I was like, yeah, whatever. But then I started looking into it myself because I was the biggest skeptic on this whole thing. I was like, what do you mean? We don't have to sell this to anyone? Like, whatever. Like, a lot of you guys are probably skeptical who aren't in this yet. So I encourage you to do your own research because they say the people that are most skeptical wind up making the most money because their passion against it right at the beginning, when they realize that it's legit, it's not a scam, it turns in a passion for going out and making it happen because they see that this too good to be true thing that they thought is not too good to be true, it's real. So like I said, I got going about 5 weeks ago, and a lot of you that are in the business tonight, dude, I was discouraged for my first week. Everyone was telling me it's a scam. They said, what are you making? You're not making anything. And what really makes this happen is you're not out on your own with this. It's the upline help that we have. Like you said, he flew up from California to help us. And like we basically teach you the business, give you all the tools to do this, and basically hold your hand and do this with you and for you until you're comfortable, able to do this on your own. Because a lot of companies out there, they get you involved, send you something and say, hey, good luck. With us, it's all about building relationships. We're working with our friends. And that's the cool thing about this is when you talk to your friends and you're talking to them wanting to help them out. Help them get whatever their why is. So those of you that are in this business, those of you who aren't yet, it's all about figuring out what your why is. Why would you want something like this in your life? What is it that you want out of this? Or what is it that you don't want to go back to? And once you figure out that why, that's going to drive you to take this to the top. And you won't care what anyone else says. Like, we are making it. We're going to help whoever wants to take this and hop on board with us. Get whatever your why is. And in 5 weeks, I turned myself into a network of over 200 people out in the Midwest. And the cool thing, the real reason why I hopped on board with this was because with Herbalife, it had been around for 32 years, and everyone knew about it. There was probably millions of people already doing this. With this company, this whole YPR movement is a few years old. It's so brand new. And it's one of the first companies to incorporate the use of technology and social media with this network marketing. It's the first social network marketing company. And last year it did about $120 million in sales. And Herbalife and Mary Kay did anywhere from 5 to 8 billion. They're projecting this in the next 3 to 5 years to be doing that with what they did in 3 to 5 years. And it took those companies 30 to 50 years to build that. It's because of where we're going. We're already doing this entire business. We're already on Facebook, Twitter, texting, calling, constantly hanging out with our friends. So we've already made a rough draft for this business. It's just now we're going to get paid for doing that and helping our friends get into a better situation. So I mean, after that, I'm going to hand it off to my boy Justin Banky, the new goal leader of this business too. Woo! Guys, I'm Justin Banky, originally from Rochester, Minnesota. I play basketball at University of Wisconsin River Falls. My story real quick, like Ian said, we were on the basketball team, got it from Eric. I was just up late one night like I normally am. Ian had posted a video on Facebook or whatever, and I clicked on it and I was watching it. And it took me about 3 minutes. And this guy, Alex Morin, down there, he's all fired up, and I'm like, what the hell is going on with this? But I liked it. I felt this dude's energy. I was like, dude, this has got to be something big. This is going to be huge. And I called Ian up, and I was like, dude, I'm in. Like, that's all it took from me. Because I saw the vision in this. I saw where this is going. Then when I found out, I did research, talked to my guys who knew a little bit more about it than I did. I found out it's a team aspect. And I get to work with my friends to make money. Like, I've had decent jobs growing up. You know, you make $10, $15 an hour when you're in high school, and you're like, damn, it's pretty nice. But now it's like, I'm almost getting ready to graduate, you know, hopefully. But getting out in the real world, that's not going to do it for me. And I saw this as a vehicle to get me to where I want to be, where I can live my life how I want to do it, and I can help my friends get to the same spot. I mean, that's a reward in itself. I just want to touch real quick on what Pat was saying about the urgency, how this is going to happen with or without you guys, and we want you on board. But first person I talked to when I got on board was Drew Meyer. I hit him up, and I was like, man, I know you can do this. You got a lot of good friends out there. I know they'll see it too. And I got him on Uvu. Uvu was kind of like Skype to do our conversations, and he said, no, man, I mean, it sounds cool, but I don't think I'm going to be any good at it. I just don't really have the time. And he waited 2.5 weeks. Well, that next couple days, Ian got a guy in named Garrett Lucking, who you guys all meet eventually, hopefully, and he blew up. I mean, he took off. Drew would have been right above him and had all that right there, all that quantity in his network. And I'm not saying that to be like, you need to get in now because you're going to miss out on it. But you might miss out on it. Like, I mean, it is what it is. I'm not going to sugarcoat it for you guys. This is the real deal. Like, believe it. So I just want to read a quote real quick that I like from a guy named Robert Kiyosaki. It says, if you want to go somewhere, it is best to find someone who's already been there. And we have those people. Patrick Comer, he's there already. You know, he's still working, but he's there. His mentor, Brad Alcazar, $1 million, multi-millionaire. We are following the people that have already made it. They're giving us the system, and we're just doing what they're telling us to do, and it's happening. So that's all from me, guys. I'm going to bring up Loudon here, one of our leaders out in Winona here. He's going to give a little spiel here, so everybody give a round.
What's up, guys? I'm Loudon Wood. I actually just started the business about 2 weeks ago. I'm going to be hitting silver in the next 2-3 days here by this next cycle period for sure, which is every Thursday. If you don't know about it yet, because you're not in the business, you're just learning. But a little about my story. I actually got an email from Dick in the back there. He sent out a mass email to the whole football team, and about 3 people showed up the next day. But I saw the email and I was like, hey, what is this? So I typed in www.vemma.com. I went online and I did my research. I read every single product. I watched all the videos. I even saw the 8-step action plan. I saw all the videos that you could actually see when you get into the business, and I researched it and I said, you know what, I'm doing this right now. Of course, I couldn't do it at midnight that night, so the next day I waited. There was a guy that already got in by that time. So I went in, I had, Drew was sitting there, he said, guys, first guy who raises their hand is going to be put in. I said, boom, let's do it, I'm in, let's go. The next week, I've got almost 40 people in my network. 2 weeks later, almost 40 people, it's not hard to do it, you just got to put the time in, and what you put in is what you get out, and that's period, that's it. Hard work pays off in the end, you know what I'm saying? So I'm going to bring Drew back up, that was my quick spiel, thank you guys very much,
I mean, again, Justin kind of pointed out the urgency of it, like what I missed out on, 35 people, yeah, I mean, wait 2.5 weeks, I missed out on people on that one side of my business that potentially could have been there, but I really took it as motivation and put like my efforts towards what I missed out on. I mean, I saw like what was possible in 2.5 weeks. I wanted to trump it, and I did. I went out and got 85 people in probably the same amount of time that all happened. And I guess my why in this is that I am a college student. I'm like $50,000 to $60,000 in debt. I really have no idea how I'm going to pay that off. I mean, realistically, I started thinking about it because I'm graduating here in May. And I was thinking, like, what is my plan to pay this off? Like, what is it, 5, 10, 15, 20-year plan to pay off $60,000? Like, it's going to be ridiculous. Like, if I go follow Pat and do what he did, I don't have any loans after a 1-year plan. Like, it's all about getting started. Like, getting started is the best way to get ahead of things. And so, I mean, I don't know, we guys can stick around for a little bit after this, like 5 minutes after we bring this down, I don't know.
Yeah, we're gonna
have
have a quick training, like 5 minutes after. So get back with the person who brought you here, ask some questions, or come, go around and ask the people that are already in the business some questions. We'll be happy to answer the questions for you. And then if you want to stick around, you want to know how to get started, we can do that. And then number 2, walk you through the training program. But with that being said,
I just want to
guys,
say one thing quick. It's like why this gets so big too. It's like you're not having to go out and sign up 100 people to make this work. Like we're in the process of duplication. Think about it as if you got 10 friends you know that like to be healthy, like to make money. And we help train those 10 friends to do the same thing and find 10 of their friends. Because why this gets so big is you know your friends and have your group of friends, but everyone has their own group of friends that we don't know. So 10 get 10, you got 100. We help those new people get 10 friends, it goes to 1,000. And you haven't added anyone new in this business. It's like, it's the process of duplication. So like, it gets, the bigger it gets, the faster it grows too. And why we're so excited out here is probably about 80% of this entire thing is happening in Arizona and California. It hasn't hit out here yet. It's like we are the first present. This is obviously the first time you guys have heard of this. It's the first time your friends are going to be hearing about this. And we're going to be getting in at the top. So they say, imagine being one of the first 20,000 people investing in Facebook, and now there's 1 billion. That's where this is going. So I mean, I just want to add that quick. But
absolutely, yeah, guys. Like I said, thanks for coming out. In about 5 minutes, we'll kind of congregate together again. I'll run through some training and the basics of getting started, just for the education for the newest people out there. But thanks again for coming out. Appreciate it.